Hey guys, welcome back. It's Niambi. Thanks so much for clicking on today's video. In today's video, we are testing out the Tati Beauty Blendiful and the Tati Beauty Volume 1 palette. So, if you want to hear my thoughts on the Blendiful and this Volume 1 palette, keep on watching. But before we get into it, please make sure to subscribe to my channel and press the post notification bell so YouTube will notify you every time I post, which is every Sunday at noon. And without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so we're gonna start with the Tati Beauty Volume 1 palette. I love this palette. It has a lot of variety, but what I love about it is it has a matte row, a sequin row, a metallic row, and a glitter row. So you can go so many ways with this palette, but today I'm gonna do an all matte look. I also love how humongous the mirror is. So first I'm gonna prime my eyelids with, I got like this little mini Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion, and I've been using it and I really do like it. So I think I'm gonna, when I run out of this little sample size, get the original size. So I'm gonna take the Soothe Matte Shade with the J Kissa e.l.f. J3 brush and put this in the crease and a little bit above and everywhere else as well. So for today's look, I'm doing a matte ombre look on the eyes. Okay, so now that we have that Soothe shade down, I'm going into Ritual, the matte shade. It's a darker brown shade. And I'm taking this e.l.f. crease brush, which is one of my favorite brushes. I'm gonna focus this right on the outer V of my eye and into the crease a little bit. It's just to add a little bit more definition to the look. Now I'm just gonna take a clean blending brush and I'm just going to buff that and blend that in a little bit more. I'm gonna go back in to Soothe and blend over a little bit towards the center of the lid. Going back in with that clean blending brush on this side and just blending a little bit more. So I'm doing more circular motions as I'm focusing on the outer portion of my lid, and then when I'm getting more up into the crease, that's when I'm doing windshield wiper motions. I'm gonna lighten up the inner corner of my eye a little bit, and I'm gonna just take a little bit of Aura. I'm just gonna put it right there, and whoo, that is so pigmented. I should have taken less, but we'll blend it out. So on this side, we're gonna do the same exact thing. I'm just gonna take it right there. I'm just gonna go over this and try to blend it out a little bit, blending it upwards and tapping. And so that is how I create like my everyday ombre look. I love this. I'm gonna take it a step further and do some liner. So there's this really nice black shade in this palette called Memory. And I'm gonna pick up some of that shade on the Nazanin Kavari number 9 brush. And I'm going to use that to give myself a little bit of a winged liner. So I start in the center and then I come out here to the outer portion and create my wing. I'm not pressing too hard, I'm just lightly flicking the color on. I'm not picking up any more color either at this point, and I am smudging what I already have from this line we created and connecting the two. I want it to be a little thicker on the outside today, so I'm gonna focus some more right in this area to thicken it up a little bit. So I'm gonna leave it like that for now, and then once we get to concealer, I'm gonna clean up the wing. So I'm gonna do the exact same thing on the other side. Alright, so I just took my makeup eraser and cleaned up the liner a little bit. That is it right now for the eyes. But now we're gonna talk about the Tati Beauty Blendiful. So I got these for Christmas and I was super excited to get them. And I've used them for powder underneath my eyes, but I haven't used them to their full capacity. So I'm interested to see how this works with foundation and cream products. The feel of them is so soft, almost like a soft blanket or a teddy bear. So I don't know how that's gonna go with foundation, but we're gonna figure it out. So it's supposed to work with foundation and primer and everything. So I'm gonna take a little bit of the e.l.f. Putty primer on to the Blendiful. Oh, okay. It actually feels really nice on the skin. Do I think I would use this for primer every day? Probably not, but it does feel really good to apply product on the skin with this. And then we're gonna go in with foundation. I'm not sure how this is gonna work, but I think I'm just gonna place the foundation on my face. I'm going in with the Maybelline Superstay 24-hour foundation in the shade 312 Golden. I don't know if I'm supposed to like tap it in like a beauty blender or... Okay, so on this side, I will tap. And then on the other side, I will kind of like buff, I guess, like I would with a brush. I'm actually really surprised at how well this is working with the foundation. Whoa. It actually works really well. All right, so let's just try to like I don't like the finish it's giving when I do that. You can kind of see some streaking. So I'm gonna tap it. First impressions, I'm not mad at it. I don't know if it gave as much coverage as a beauty blender would give. Like, I'm still seeing some redness, and I know that this is a full coverage foundation, so I'm not mad at it. Would I use it every day for foundation? No, but I might switch it up here and there and use it. I'm gonna go in with my e.l.f. Camo concealer and see how this goes. So I'm going to use a clean side of the Blendiful to blend this out. Oh, I do feel like I'm a little shook because I do feel like that blended out better than the Beauty Blender and like quicker. Okay, what? That looks so seamless. It's funny because the packaging said no harsh lines, and yeah, that looks so seamless. And again, I'm using the same side of the Blendiful. I folded it to make sure that I could be a little bit more precise. This is insane. I really like this. I wouldn't say that I will use it for foundation, but concealer, I really like it. So this is what it's looking like right now. This is the concealer and this is the foundation. Obviously it picked up product, but your beauty sponge would pick up product as well. I'm impressed so far. So I'm gonna go in with the Haley's Beauty powder. I'm gonna go in on this clean side. Okay, you guys, I'm sold on using this for concealer and powder. And I'm gonna take that same powder all over my face, so. I love it. I think it looks so good. Okay, let's see how it works with a cream product. So I have this Haley's Beauty contour, well actually it's a foundation stick, but it came as a contour and highlight for me, and it's in the shade 725. I'm just gonna dip it into here and see how this works. Does it work? Yes. Would it be easier to just blend out with a brush? Yes. But I'm not too upset with it. I'm running out of space. So foundation, powder, contour, concealer. So far it's like almost the whole entire face. So we're gonna use the Baby Blendiful now, and I'm just gonna go in with this Physicians Formula. I love this, and I'm gonna go into this bronzer down here called Sunset. Just gonna dip her in there and see. It definitely placed the bronzer there. This bronzer smells so good, guys. This one feels a little different. Like, it's a little bit firmer than this one. This is definitely softer. I'm not mad at it. So I'm gonna finish up the rest of my makeup off camera because it has nothing to do with Tati Beauty, and then I'll come back and finish the lower lash line. And with the power of editing, we're back. So everything that I used to complete this look is listed down below in the description. As always, I'm going to use this BH 104 brush and go into Soothe and smudge that in the first 2/3 of the lower lash line. A little bit of the black shadow has already gotten down on the lower lash line, so I'm just going to reinforce that on the outer third, just ever so little, like so. Then I'm just going to take the cream gel liner by Colourpop and Honeydude and add that to the waterline. And that's just brightening it up a little bit more. And that is it for this look. What do you guys think? Do you like it? Do you love it? Do you want to try these products now? I certainly am going to start incorporating, especially this one, with concealer and powder into my routine. I don't know if I would use this for foundation, but I definitely think that overall this looks good. My complexion looks good. In terms of the palette, I love this palette. It is so versatile. This is such a great black shade down here too, and you could do so much with this palette. So it's a yes for me, although it is expensive, and I do think that some of these shades you could get from a Colourpop palette, and you might be seeing a dupes video soon with this guy. What do you guys think? Let me know down below in the comments. And thank you so much for watching today's video. If you haven't already, please press the subscribe button and press the post notification bell right next to the subscribe button so YouTube will notify you every time I post. And we'll see you in the next one.